Let's fucking go. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's good to see you guys. Welcome into Derelict Sports. Hope you guys had a great weekend. If you guys are on, make sure you guys, before we start things off, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button. If you guys are on YouTube, please hit that like button. If you're on X, man, hit that follow button and give us a like. Welcome into Derelict Sports. It's your boy Nick alongside, of course, Derelict Dale. We should have the front office here, depending on if he washes away in the storms of South Carolina tonight. And if not, he should be here. So probably fashionably late, around 7:30ish, I would assume. So, but anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. So kick back, relax. You saw the darts in the. If you guys will, I don't know if anybody's even here right now. If you guys saw the darts in the thing, you got to give a shout out to the country of Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Oh,
Northern Ireland. How the fuck did they do that, Dale?
it was so fucking good. It was just so. It was like, and Daryl Gurney's kind of like the Gerwin Price. He has that asshole like line
Yeah.
in him.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's Irish.
he's Irish, and oh god, it was the like right amount of. There was like 5 or 6 legs where they were all shooting the lights out. There was like the leg where that nobody could hit a double. It was theater.
Yeah, that's it. What a fucking underdog story that was. So shout out to them. A lot of people thought England was going to win the 2 Lukes, but they didn't. It was in England, right? They were
Yeah,
England.
it was Germany upset him. It was
Yeah, Germany upset them. So yeah, so pretty good. That was the what was that? The World Cup.
Cup of Darts.
Yeah, the World Cup of Darts. So if anybody tuned into that, hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, we had to give them a shout out right at the beginning. Still have not made a new intro video because I've been so busy, but I'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right. Well, before we get started, obviously, like every night, we've got our bets. We've got, if you guys look down below, we've got 3 bets for the day. We got them scrolled along the bottom. And then, of course, we've also got them pulled up on the Action Network. So we'll be watching them. 3 bets today. 2 of them are in play right now. We've got the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds beating the fucking Twins. This is just an ugly game in the beginning. I hate both these teams. 1-0 so far. And then we got Cardinals by 1.5 against the old White Sox, who are up 1-0 at the top of the second. Of course they are.
No, we've got updates. We've got it's tied at 1, and the Cardinals have runners on second and third with nobody out. I have on in the background.
There we go. Just updated. There we go. 1-1. Hell yeah. We're better than that. We don't need that. Come on, Chicago. Then we got Florida tonight. We got Florida Edmonton, Game 6, which we will talk about here shortly. We'll talk about Game 4 or Game 5 and Game 6. So we got Game 6 coming up here in just a little bit. We'll see if the Oilers can tie it up. Florida, man, a lot going on there. A lot of storylines going in. I guess we can start on this one real quick.
Yep.
A lot of storylines from Game 5, right? Questionable decision by the Oilers, right, to sit Skinner. They start Picard or Prickard or whatever the fuck his name is, and didn't work out for him. Right, didn't pay off. Not a big fan of the move. I get the. I don't know. It's a coach doing too much, right? It's trying to do too much, and
Game 35 of the regular season, when you need a spark, go for it.
Yeah, but we're in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and you decide. Look, I'm trying to think back in any of the Stanley Cup games that we won, because if you remember, the games we lost, we got blown the fuck out in those games, and I don't think we ever sat Bennington in those games. Like, I don't think there was ever a time we were like, well, we've had a sample set, it's just, I don't know. It's just a poor decision. And then today, obviously we're Skinner will be back in net today, but you got to think like, where's his confidence? What, you got to think that they led us up till like last night, to where late last night they announced he was going to be starting. So really wasn't like right after the game they turned back to him, right? Or like said, hey, like, we just, it seems that they were still debating on who they were going to start, and just questionable decisions. Seems like the Oilers are in panic mode, which, either they're in win or go home mode, but that wasn't the case going into Game 5. And now, because of, maybe not all because of that, but one of the big reasons they are down 3-2 in the series is They sat a guy that didn't get him there, right? I mean, Picard, this guy has played decent, but he's played a little bit more than maybe some other backups. But you got. I mean, what do you do in this situation, Dale? I mean, is there any point is there at any point are you sitting your starting goalie in the Stanley Cup Finals?
If you're down 5-1 going into the third, and it's like take the rest of the night off, you've been playing every other day for 2 months. Totally get waving the white flag once during the playoffs. Give your guys some extra rest.
What's up,
If
Cole? What up, Cole Peppers? By the way, I didn't even see you a few minutes ago. Hope you're still on the chat. I love you, big dog. I'm so sorry. Please be here.
the yeah, you gotta like I'll use this for example. Imagine Martin Brodeur let in 7 goals in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's probably
Right.
happened. Like, are you saying that you're not starting? I know it's totally different. Martin Brodeur is arguably one of the 5 to 10 best goalies of all time. But the horse that got you to the dance, you got to go down with it.
Yeah, it's just such a and was this are they who was it? Was it the no, it was the Stars that we had this conversation about, right? Who
Oh,
was saying,
Belanger. Yep.
"Oh, we fucking, we've had a sample size, right? We've seen him play and he keeps getting his cheeks clapped. So like, I think we've seen he clearly can't fucking play against this team, right? Wasn't that the and it's just like this is you're a bad like it's that's why you're in these you find yourself in these situations. It's just I don't know, just bad decision, and I don't know. I'm not feeling very confident. Like, this year, I'm rooting for the Oilers. I don't mind the Florida. I mean, we've talked about this every show. I don't really mind Florida at all, but I'm not feeling super confident in the Oilers' chance. The Oilers look a little more rattled. Like last year, they're down 3-0. I think it's a little different, right? You're down 3-0. You basically have nothing to lose. You're fucking it. There is zero pressure on you at that point, right? It's 3-0. Series is basically over. Nobody's ever done it, and no one's expecting you to do it. That then you win one, and then it's kind of like they clawed back, but this time it's been a pretty 2-2 going into Game 5, right? It's a little more even with a lot of first 3 or 4 games go to overtime.
And you could argue that Edmonton came back from 3 down in the third period of the one game. This series could even be over.
This series could be over. I mean, like if yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for a God mode third period in the one where was that Game 2, I think it was, where
Yeah.
it was, Edmonton's up or Edmonton's down like what was it, 3-0 or something, and yeah, and they come back, they tie it 3-0, and it's like yeah, just go God mode, right? And they pull it off, and so it's Florida has looked like the better team, and they look like the championship team here, right? Like they look like defending champions.
Yeah.
And then you add, and you and I talk about it every single show. You add the fucking New York sewer rat to the conversation, and he's a cheat code. It's a cheat code, Dale. Like it's the fact, like
Is.
every time I think I see him in that, and I'm like in that uniform, I'm like, Boston just said, "Hey, defending champions, you want the peskiest player we have that still has a lot of energy? Oh, and we're gonna send him to you pissed off, ready to go." Like, dude,
Yeah.
like he looks rejuvenated. He's pissed off about the way things ended in Boston, and he's about to fucking win a Stanley Cup, like another Stanley Cup. And it's like,
It's
and he's been like, arguably, he's been. I would say he's been the best player for Florida. Like he has been the best player.
it's crazy to think how he was like thrown from Boston, went and got to play with 2 of the top 5 players in hockey right now in the World Cup of Hockey. He was on the line with Cindy Crosby and Nate McKinnon, and then gets thrown in with the flirting with dynasty. It's not a dynasty, but like in this day of age, going to 3 Stanley Cups in a row,
Oh, absolutely.
it's this era's version of a dynasty.
Well, and I think they're getting, and I still think that like it's still early, right? I mean, they could go again next year. I mean, like they're not losing like they look like a team that very well could. We could be sitting here next year and say they're there again next year. They've gone to 4 in a row, and they're about to win their third, or and they're 3 and 4 years. I think we're having a totally different conversation right now.
Yeah.
I think everyone is a little bit more okay with being like, throwing that around, because you and I pulled the list up, and I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but you and I pulled up those thoughts the other day, and we were trying, because I was like, you got to think, we've had the Kings, we've had Chicago, we've had not Vegas,
Bruins. The Bruins had
the
some in there.
Bruins. Well, I guess it was or Tampa, right? We
Tampa,
had
yes.
Tampa. None of those guys were able to get the third, right? It was two, like they might have went to 3 in a row, but they all only got to 2, and nobody got a third in a row. So I mean, we'd have to go back. I don't know who the last time to win a 3. Were the Islanders the last team to win 3 in a
Either
row?
either the Islanders or the Oilers in the late '80s with Gretzky and Coffey and Grant Fuhr in that would probably
I
be
mean, it
it.
had to. I mean, maybe the Red Wings did it in like the early, the late 90s, early 2000s. I
I
would
don't.
say
I
maybe
think they only
not, like the
won. I think they.
Datsuk years.
I think they only won two in a row.
Yeah, maybe. God damn. And as a Blues fan, right? I grew up. I absolutely hated the Red Wings, but like
Yeah.
my buddy Jack and I, now that they're like kind of gone and that rivalry's kind of over, right now that they're we've all you never wanted to admit it, but you loved Pavel Datsuk, right? He was so fun to watch. Chris Osgood, who was a Blue for a long time, right? He came to, he was a Blue for a minute. Just like the Chelios and all that. It was a cool. It was Chelios, or was
Yep.
Chelios was the Red Wing, right?
Yeah, he was with the Red Wings near the tail end. Yep.
But
Yeah, Dominic Hasek in there for a little bit
Dominic
too.
Hasek, dude, like it's
Mike
it was
Vernon.
very fun. Yeah, very fun fucking dude. Very fun. They even had my book, my one of my favorite Blues that went there for a long time after he left the Blues. Dallas Drake,
Oh right, yeah.
that pesky. He was the
Oh,
original, like one of the OG pesky fucks, dude. Like he was like,
pesky, but was good enough to play. Like not in goon mode. Like he was good enough to be a shutdown third liner.
dude. When him and Tyson Nash were on the ice together. Who Tyson Nash,
Yep.
up until I'm pretty sure they left Phoenix, I'm pretty sure he was, for a long time, he was their play-by-play guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So anytime they played the Blues, he'd always come up for like a, they would have him on for like a period or whatever. Hold on, I'm trying to post that we're live.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I forgot to do that.
There's like Chris Draper was in those Red Wing years. Oh god, there were some good ones. Who do you think was a bigger rivalry for the Red Wings while you're killing some time? Do you think it was the Avalanche or the Blues in the heyday?
Competitively, the
It was the Avalanche.
Avalanche.
Yes. I wonder what a true Red Wings fan would say.
But yeah, I think as far as hate,
Probably the Blues.
it had to have been the Blues.
Man, those some of those Avs Red Wings playoff series, I could close my eyes and see Patrick Waugh and Mike Vernon chucking the Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, those were guys that were every single year seeing each other in the fight. Like they went through each other every single year, right? Like
Yeah.
it was inevitable. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's a very good question. I want to ask you something while we're here right now, just
Hmm.
because Maple Towns posted a video of it today,
Okay.
and I threw my answer on there, and only because WoW was couple of people's answers and stuff in that. Who is your all-time favorite goalie?
Favorite, no, not best.
Yeah,
Curtis
not the best. Who is your
Curtis Joseph is the first name that came
So
to mind.
that was Maple Towns. He had his Cujo jersey on.
Okay, but I don't think of him as a Leaf. I think of him when the Stars and Oilers they played 7 years or six of 7 years or 7 of 8 years in the playoffs. Favorite. I'm trying to think. I always like saying Ron Tugnut just for the sake of it.
Ron Tugnut.
Fucking Ron Tugnut. What a great goalie name. Cujo was the first one that popped into my head.
Yeah,
I'm
Cujo is definitely one of mine. I mean, I loved him as a Blue, so.
because he was so athletic. Eddie Belford's another one that just popped into my head right now. That was a fun.
God, Eddie Belfort.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't like Eddie Belford. That I know.
Fuck the Dallas Stars, dude.
Well, and all those years with the Blackhawks too.
And the Blackhawks too, yeah. God damn, just two of the worst.
Tom Barrasso way back in the day when I would have been like 8, 9, 10 years old, and Tom Barrasso is another name that just popped in my head. That was like,
I think mine's Brodeur.
okay, yeah.
Loved him as a Devil growing up. Loved him, and then obviously, how fucking cool was it that he retired a Blue?
Yeah, I
So
know that's crazy. Is he
fucking
still with the?
sick.
Is he still with the organization? No, he
He
did
was
go.
for a while, but I'm pretty sure he's back in New Jersey now.
Oh, okay. Because I knew afterwards, like that was kind of like the he got the Blues give him a chance, and it was also like, well, we'll make sure you have a front office job. I didn't know if he went back. I kind of assumed eventually he would go to New Jersey, but kind of like Steve Eisenman cut his teeth somewhere else, and now back in Detroit.
Is he back in Detroit?
He's their GM, but he's
Because he
giving
was
them.
in Tampa, right?
Yeah, he was the architect of those Tampa teams,
Oh,
and
Steve Eiserman, man. Shout out to Steve Eiserman, another guy that I hated, but just so fucking good.
I can still see the hockey night in Canada where in Game 7 when he puts that slap shot in the top corner, like you couldn't put it in any more perfect spot, and a 1-0 overtime win. As I watch Nick ready to jump through my phone and start choking me to death. That's what friends do.
Dude, just absolutely disgusting. By the way, game is about to kick off. Game 6. We are any second. Actually, it did just kick off. Barkov just won the opening faceoff against Connor McDavid.
Well, quick question. So, did you like the theory of my bet?
Yeah, so I was going to ask you. So is that
Okay.
you still feel
So
good about that one? I mean, I like the theory of it. I don't. I
it's
hope. Yeah,
it's more like one of those things where if I'm wrong, I'm going to be totally wrong, and if I'm right, I have if it's 3-2 with 5 minutes left, I have all the time, all the chances in the world for Florida to put an empty netter. If they're down by 2, they're going to keep their goalie pulled with like 4 minutes left. So
Tanner says Caitlin Clark gonna get her ass beat. What's she doing? I see she's playing. What's she doing? And I see she's been talking shit lately too. She's been. I saw either before she got injured or after she got injured. She did that thing where she was telling that broad she wasn't scared of her or whatever. It's like, Caitlin, I'm sure you're not, but some of these chicks probably beat the fuck out of you. Caitlin, please stop it.
it's not. Yeah, it's like Wayne Gretzky out there doing his thing, and it's like,
Could you imagine if Aja Wilson snapped and was like, "Oh yeah, bitch"?
Yeah, she gets snapped like a twig.
Brittany Griner, dude, the fucking war criminal, the prisoner of war, the POW, dude, fucking says, "Hey, come here, white girl," because you saw that right where she says "fucking white." So that's funny. She got caught, so she got thrown out. I think she fouled out of the game a couple weeks ago playing against Caitlin Clark, right? And then her big ass went and sat down on the bench, and the camera caught her saying "fucking white girls" or something. Like, so obviously they asked her about it, and she's been like denying it so bad. She's like, "I wouldn't even say that type of stuff. Not me, not Brittany Griner." But dude, she'd beat the shit out of Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin's a goat. And if anybody watch her, I mean, obviously that doesn't matter, but shout out to Caitlin Clark. First game back the other day, first team to beat the Liberty, I think it was this year.
Yes.
Dude, she had those when she hit those 3 back-to-back-to-back logo shots, dude. Like, I almost shit myself with excitement. Like, there's like talking about aura, like that is ridiculous. Like 3 logo shots are fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't know. She's so fun to watch. Like, she's so goddamn fun to watch. And I like that she's getting a little attitude to her, to be honest with her. I like that she's not just taking the shit anymore. And she was in the gym. She had that little flex photo at the beginning of the year. She put on about half a pound.
She's the face of the WNBA, and any kind of personality that they can get out of her is good. Anything.
Let's peep what these broads are doing. What's she doing? Full scoreboard.
Your Cardinals decided to put up a 5 spot in the second half.
Yes, the fuck they did. Caitlin Clark, 12-6 right now. That's not bad.
Nothing wrong with that.
So they're playing the Sun. Well, I thought Tanner was going to tell us what was happening, but he just decided to tell us she's finna get her ass beat and then dipped out. Sick, dude. Paige Bucher, though, look at her. 8 points. They haven't done shit, dude. They get Dallas got the #1 pick. They're 1-11, just butt cheeks.
Poor expansion teams.
Yeah, Liberty, dude. And it looks like they might catch their second loss here to the Atlanta Dream. They're down 13.
Ooh. Just having the White Sox game on, or to have the White Sox beat on the background, and Colston Loveland is looking so good in his red White Sox jersey. Very, very white tight end. Very
Gotta
nice.
love it. Dude, Kelsey Mitchell's a beast. I love Aaliyah Boston. She might be my favorite WNBA player.
See, I don't follow the WNBA. That you are the WNBA. Okay, no, I do. I didn't know who she was. Okay,
she was the first round. So the Fever had back-to-back first overall picks.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Aaliyah Boston, who then won Rookie of the Year, and then got Caitlin Clark the next year. So like when they got Caitlin Clark, they got the big, because Aaliyah Boston's like a 5, I think, or a 4. I think she's a power forward. I think she could play center, I think too, but she, the pick and roll between her and Caitlin Clark is something nasty, but she can shoot too. And then Kelsey Mitchell's obviously a beast. What's she averaging this year? 13.976.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not bad. And she went to South Carolina.
Of course she did. It's like 4 universities if you're a really good women's basketball player that you probably went to.
So yeah, I guess if hopefully our WNBA insider Tanner Kane will swing back by and let us know if she gets beat up or not. Fucking id. No score in the hockey game. Let's fucking go, dude. I really want the Oilers to push this to 7.
I bet Florida, but if it goes to Game 7 Friday night, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yas.
Be the one night a year my son is going to watch hockey. A few T's, one of those.
Few technicals. What happened?
All
right, we're pulling up on Twitter.
Lots of anger.
So I figured out what we gotta do, right? I've been watching a lot of lives on YouTube.
Gotcha.
And I've been finding, dude, getting the. Oh, dude, they did the goalie face-off too. By the way, again, where they're standing there staring at each other at the fucking blue line. By the way, we have a comment popping off on Twitter right now, and I love it because.
Okay.
I commented under, so WWE posted Bill Goldberg earlier, and I said I'd rather watch my grandparents fuck than Bill Goldberg wrestle in 2025, and people are loving it. Even though you guys have heard that joke before, Twitter must not have. Anyway, let's Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark shower. Why the fuck is that coming up? Oh, I spelled it wrong. I was like, that is. But anyway, what I've been finding out or realizing is that like we need to get to a point where we can have like a super chat. Where you set it up and people send you money, like tips to answer questions and get your thoughts. Yeah. And like, because I'm always like, how do all these, like, I watch these YouTube channels and I watch this guy, this lawyer who makes so much money off his YouTube channel, but he just watches the law and crime like streams and breaks down what's going on. And I'm like, how does he not just get railed by copyrights and shit? Like he's switching between court TV and all this shit. I'm like, he probably doesn't care if the video gets demonetized. He's making so much goddamn money through the super chat to answer questions about the law. I don't know. But maybe we'll think about that. I gotta think. But anyway, here's what happened.
Scrape across the face.
Oh, not happy. Oh yeah, yep. Some people not happy. Trying to get in Clayton.
Hey, don't touch Sophia Cunningham. Oh, that's not Sophia Cunningham. Okay, that's the other one.
Scrape across.
All right.
little feisty. Nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah.
Nothing wrong with a game with a little edge.
I love that though, dude. Like I said, get my girl some. I love that she's sticking up for herself, dude. I love that shit.
No,
Let's fucking go.
It's good that she can, obviously she can't pick all her fights. But yeah, oh god.
Look at this shit, dude.
I never have understood that.
I love it though. It's so petty.
Like, oh god. Just, it makes no fucking sense. Yeah. Hi, I'm Sergey Bobrovsky!
You're off the force, Bobrovsky!
You're off the case, Bobrovsky!
Turn in your badge and gun, Bobrovsky!
Oh, Jay Andre. You've obviously seen those before.
Obviously, dude. Come on, dude.
I'm
a hockey fan, all right?
Fucking on. You don't know when it's coming, and all of a sudden it's like, you're off the case, Bobrovsky!
You're off the case, Bobrovsky!
He might be back on the force tonight if he wins the Stanley Cup. Buying all the boys donuts, Bobrovsky. The legend that he is.
Dude. Will this be his first?
Second. Well, he won last year, so.
Oh, yeah, duh. He was there last year. Dude, back to back. You'll never take him off the case.
No, he's on the case in Florida.
He's permanently on the case after this.
It's crazy to think when he was in Columbus how it was just, ugh. And then he turned into, yeah, that's pretty good. That's our boy Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky. That's
what we should just start calling front office and just be like, when he comes in, like, Bobrovsky to everything he says.
He would never understand.
Exactly.
I'm too caught up in people loving my retweet right now. I'm getting people with check marks liking my shit. Somebody said, this comment's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And I said, let's fucking go!
That is good. There's nothing wrong with that.
Somebody just replied, until Grandpa raises his eyes and growls, "You're next," in a combination of words and spits in your face.
Oh, that's good.
I love Twitter, dude. So I was telling me and my brother were talking the other day, and he was like, yeah, he's like, so there has been again, we're just going so off key. If you're here for sports, dude, strap in. I know there's only a few of you watching, but strap in. We're getting right back to it, I promise. But anyway, real quick, I guess Instagram did an upgrade where they just automatically, since my Meta profile, I've got a Facebook, but it's deactivated. It's not deleted, just deactivated. But they did an update in it, so it is under my Meta profile. This goddamn fucking camera. I'm gonna rip it off my fucking thing. I'm telling you. Anyway, they did an upgrade, and since anytime I was posting on my story on Instagram, it was posting on my Facebook story, and then my mom, Shan, my brother, all these people were like, "Oh, you're back on Facebook?" I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh no." So, anyway, whatever. I went and deactivated it, but my brother's like, "Yeah, I saw you're on Facebook." He's like, "Yeah, that's probably what I'm on most." I'm like, "Dude, I'm on Twitter most." Because, dude, I haven't touched Twitter in years. I'm like, "Brother, I would get rid of everything before I got rid of Twitter. There is nothing. I don't care how big of a cesspool shit website this ever turns into. There's nothing faster than Twitter. There's nothing. It's the fastest news site in the world. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It is the fastest.
And you get organic responses, good, bad, and hideous.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best. So even though Big Dick Elon, that piece of shit, owns it, whatever.
Can't win them all.
Oh, and real quick, we're never going to get political here, but if you're watching and you fucking are pro-Israel, get the fuck out of here. All right, that's all I'll say.
We're good.
Ooh. All right, let's get into something. Let's get into, what do you want to talk about? Baseball. Which trade do you want to talk about first? I'll let you pick.
Let's talk about Devers because the front office will have more to say about the basketball.
Yeah, I think he'll have some shit to say about Devers, too. It's funny. I sent him a big screenshot that said, all those players traded for Rafael Devers, and I guess he didn't see it. He just saw the players involved. He goes, "Wow, what a hunk of shit! Like, of just a bunch of shit moving around." And then, like 20 minutes later, he sent me another thing that went, "Holy shit! It's for Rafael Devers."
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm gonna block your fucking number, dude.
Nobody likes you.
Use your
throwing-
fucking eyes, dude.
Exactly.
All right,
Learn to read.
Rafael Devers traded to the San Francisco Giants. I think it's a great fucking place for him to end up, to be honest. Red Sox fans unanimously are pissed off about this. Their owner, right? Everyone hates the owner. Red Sox fans haven't been happy in a long time, and they finally Rafael Devers like even looked like he was kind of starting to be happy to be there again, right? It seemed like maybe things were kind of settling down. He does that interview after the game talking about how everything's falling into place and blah blah blah, and he's starting to hit. And then they trade him.
Yep.
Ship him to San Francisco, which is just another trade along the line, a long list of trades that this guy has made that have just not made a lot of sense. Mookie Betts being the other big one, right? Boy, that was a shit show, right? That was a oops on his part. But dude, what a great move in my opinion for the Giants. Now I see that the Giants are willing to kind of give in to his demands, right? If anybody was following the story all year long, it started kind of going south when they wanted, they go out and get Bregman, right? They get Alex Bregman, and they're like, okay, well, he is 7 times the fucking third baseman that you are, so we're going to put him there. You are going to bat. We know that you're a great batter, but we are not going to put you out in the field when we have Alex Bregman here. And some could say he was pissed probably the moment they made that move. I'm sure the writing was on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't want to do it, right? He's like, I'm third base, not DH, and blah, blah. So that's where it started. And now that he's in San Francisco, I'm reading today that he's like, I'll play anywhere. I'll play any fucking position. I don't give a shit. They're like saying that he's going to play a little bit of here and there. So it seems that they're going to maybe give in a little bit on this. So what do you feel about this? Like, what are your overall feels? What do you feel about the trade? What do you feel about Boston doing this trade? And what do you think about like what San Francisco had to give up to get Rafael Devers?
So to add to the rest of the story too, then Tristan Costas blew out his knee and is gone for the year for the Red Sox. And they're like, "Hey, Rafael Devers, do you mind learning first? We really could use somebody to play first base." Rafael Devers is like, "No, go fuck yourself."
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So that's that, and that was more like to the thing. So the Giants, Matt Chapman I think has a fractured bone in his hand, so he's out for at least a month. So we'll see later on tonight if they have him playing third base. Short term, I think they'll probably have to put him at third base. I think ultimately they probably want to put him at first, and that might be a next spring problem. But for what the price. So they give up Jordan Hicks, who's basically going to be put into the bullpen because his
who needs to be put into unemployment line.
He has an ERA of 6.5.
He was a starter there when he got there, and those people. It's so funny, like watching Giants Twitter. Like go through the Jordan Hicks experiment live as somebody who's grown up and lived in St. Louis his whole life. It's like it was so good because he got there and of course he was just pitching gems, right? Like he was pitching and he throws so hard and like when he's on, he looks like when he's on, you're like this guy has got it, right? And you're like this guy's nasty. Those guys were like, holy shit, he's the goddamn I can't believe we were able to get this guy. Get him in the rotation. This guy's the future. And then as soon as it started turning, you got people who are like, what an unserious organization we are to have somebody like Jordan Hicks in our starting five. Like, yeah. He's not a starting pitcher.
So Jordan Hicks, who they have Liam Hendricks on the IL again.
How old is he?
Yeah, exactly. He's like 35, 36. Don't forget that they have Adolis Chapman, who's 41, who still throws 102 closing games for them. Like that feels like the Price is Right yodeling game is going to happen eventually. He has cliff falling at some point in time. if he could get through the year for him, great.
Chapman's in San Francisco.
No, he's closing for the Red Sox.
Oh, the Red Sox. Okay.
Which, if the Red Sox keep free falling, they might be trying to flip him for pieces there. So Kyle Harrison was the second piece. He's like kind of a friend, like a quad A guy right now that he's keeps bouncing back and forth between AAA and AA. Has good upside, but still needs to prove it. And then the two prospects they give up are both in either low or high A ball. So they're like
so you got James Tibbs the third, an outfield prospect, and rookie pitcher Jose Bello.
Yeah, so both these guys are I think both in high A. I can't remember if one's in low A or not, but like they're 2 to 3 year, like best case scenario, these guys are 2 years away. Realistically, these guys are 3 years away. So
it's really interesting reading through this though, because it's like this is Yahoo Sports, and this makes it seem like the positional thing, like it really wasn't, like that was a part of it, but it wasn't the main. So it says the deal which sent Devers to the Giants in exchange for all those people we just talked about was more than a positional dispute or a locker room tension. It wasn't the result of a trade demand or a front office trying to shed salary. It was a culmination of eroded trust, fraying relationships, and a deeper breakdown inside of one of baseball's most visible franchises. Now, that might be a little, just a little bit of word salad there, but, it sounds like they just didn't, like, they're just over it, right? I think they were probably just over him. I'm sure he was ready to get the fuck out of there, I'm sure. And, like, what a rare, not very often do you, I mean, maybe in baseball more so than other ones, but not often do you get to bitch like that or really throw that much of a tantrum, and then you end up in a pretty goddamn good situation, right? I mean, way better situation than he was in.
The Giants are fighting. The Giants are in flirtable range of the Dodgers right now. They're probably going to get one if they keep playing the way they are. They're going to get one of the 3 NFL wildcard spots. That team has a top 3 pitching staff, which they have the corpse of Robbie Ray and the corpse of Justin Verlander. And those guys are finding a way to pitch.
Bro, I totally forgot that. When we drove by the stadium in San Francisco and I saw him on the side of his poster on big thing on the side of the stadium, I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot Justin Verlander's just been a dog his whole career, and then he just gets to ride off into the sunset in San Francisco. Like, is he pitching? Is he healthy right now? Like, is he pitching?
He's on the IL. I think he's slated to come back next week, if I remember correct. But yeah, like they're pitching. The big thing for the Giants is that they struggle. Like, that is a pitcher's ballpark, and then you add the sea air at night. It is a huge ballpark. It's not hitter friendly. Rafael Devers can kind of trump some of that because he's that good. And
Devers is nasty. I mean, it's gonna be a good place for him to hit for sure. I really like this move for San Francisco. I mean, I obviously, I understand why Red Sox fans are pissed, right? I mean, this is a guy that you have under. I mean, he's been your guy. I mean, this is, and he's under contract for a while, right? Like, didn't they just sign him?
Yeah, 7 or 8 years. Yeah, like the Giants, I took on all of it. I think know there's some that's deferred after the contract, but they took on the whole contract, which is kind of even a little more interesting. Yeah,
I mean, it's a bad contract, right? I mean, it's not a good contract. Rafael Devers is not a guy that in 7 years from now, Rafael Devers is not playing baseball. Like, I would bet money on that.
There's some Prince Field years that could be at the end of that.
Rafael Devers is a get in, get out kind of guy.
Yeah, he's 28 right now. Like, the first 5 years, you're hoping you get the first 5 years is good, and then year 6 and 7 he can be league average, and then you'll just deal with year 8.
No power down here. It's all right, dude.
Ah, damn.
It's all right. You're probably sitting in your kitchen, full power, dude. Watching TV,
generator.
probably playing some computer games, drinking a fucking Sprite plus tea. Have you had one of those yet? That's this new thing.
Sprite plus tea?
They have a Sprite with tea in it.
Like green tea?
I don't know. He said it was good, so I bought one today. I forgot it at work, but he said it was so good he bought a case of it.
Ooh.
But yeah, I think Devers, man, like I said, great. It's a bad contract, but I think that for what the Giants can afford it, right? The Giants can afford it. The Giants do that. I just think it's a good piece for them, and for what they had to give up, Jordan Hicks, I would Venmo you $100 to take him, like just to get Jordan Hicks off of my team. So that's a win. These other guys, I don't know who these guys are, the Jose Bello guys. Like, I don't know if these are they big prospects?
The third guy was like the Giants' fourth ranked prospect in their farm system. Again, a high A ball, so your long term projection. But he was the big prospect of the deal, and it helped. And they got short term pitching help because holy shit, besides Garrett Crochet, it's not good. Like Walker Bueller's pitching tonight for the Red Sox, and he has an ERA of 5. Remember when he was good for the Dodgers? Ooh, that hasn't been good.
Just butt cheeks, dude. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, dude, what a shit trade. Like, it's not like ball. I just what was the point? I mean, I guess to get him out of town, but like, I don't know. I mean, so today Devers had his introduction press conference, and this is what he said. So this is what, like, we were just saying that this guy was. He basically told the Red Sox, like, you're gonna suck me, right? You're either gonna put me at third base, I guess I'll DH, but the fuck you think I'm doing playing first? That ain't happening. I'm not doing what you asked me to do. I've made my mind up, and this is what it is. When he gets to San Francisco, he says, they're the men in charge. I'm here to play wherever they want me to play. That's what he says today. So.
And wouldn't you know it, the baseball gods, that guess who's going to San Francisco for a weekend set? Yep, the Red Sox.
Soon?
This weekend.
Oh baby, let's go. And you said we might actually see him at first, because it says Devers, sure enough, Devers has begun taking grounders at first base to prepare to play the position for the Giants.
Oh, wouldn't that be just the best, his first game, and he trots out on Friday night and goes and stands at first base? Oh, that would be so good.
Oh shit, and they're playing Cleveland right now. He's making his debut against Cleveland.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's tonight. Yeah. I forgot Cleveland's still out west. I think Southpaw Tight Pants Robbie Ray's pitching tonight.
I don't want to talk about the Cleveland Guardians, dude.
When you want, we need to save your thing, but make sure you take 2 seconds and look at how tight Southpaw Tight Pants' pants are tonight. I better make sure that it is.
I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
There's it's like a division sign.
I don't even know if that game starts. Is that a late game?
It's a late game, yeah.
8:45. Let's fucking go. I'll definitely be watching that. Robbie Ray's 8-1. Love that. Definitely an overpay for Devers. Yeah, definitely an overpay for Devers, but it's a good move, I think. I think that's a team that is ready to win now, and you add Devers to that team, and I just think that is just. And then, like, say you get guys like, Matt Chapman back, and you start getting these guys and filling the lineup out, and you can kind of bounce Devers around. I just think that if you can get a Devers that's willing to play multiple positions and play along and be a team player, I think this is it's a great move.
The perfect, and now I'm going to use the hockey one. Before Connor McDavid was in Edmonton, nobody wanted to play hockey in Edmonton because it's fucking up in Edmonton. You're far north. It's cold as shit. It's awful to get to. It's not easy. The Oilers had to overpay to get players. The Giants are going to have to overpay to get bats in that ballpark. It's kind of that simple.
Yeah, I really like it. So shout out to the, we all love to see Boston suck. So it feels good to see them crash and burn. I hate that it was at a positive expense for the San Francisco Giants, because you want to talk about a team that for a while there was an every other year dynasty. I mean, if you were counting dynasties that and you just forgot about the years in between, they were one. It was like every other fucking year for 6 years they won a goddamn World Series.
Yeah, couldn't win one for 100 years, and then they just decided
they just couldn't stop winning them.
Yep.
Now you got, speaking of corpses, is Madison Bumgarner still in Arizona rotting away?
He's finally done.
He's done.
Yeah, I believe he's done.
Nice. But we still got
That-
Clayton Kershaw pitching, right?
Yeah, he came back. Thank you, Tanner. He came back. He's I don't trust him, but he is a Hall of Fame caliber pitcher. I just don't know if his body.
Yeah,
would hold
Mad
it.
Bum, all them guys are first ballot Hall of Famers,
Oh.
but Clayton Kershaw will have to go into the Hall of Fame as a Cardinal, though, because we own him. So, sir, you never played for the Cardinals. Yeah, I did in the postseason. I was basically an extra Cardinal in the postseason. I made sure they got to the next round, or at least lost my start.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
But yeah, I love the move, man. So, shout out to the Giants for making a good move. Fuck the Giants, but we're coming for them. We're going to spoil plus 125. Don't walk, run to your nearest sports book and put $100 on the Guardians tonight. They're ruining the Devers debut. We're in Oracle Park, 65 degrees on the water tonight. Guardian bats are going to be flying. I'm telling you, we're getting a Jose home run. We're getting a leadoff Quan home run. Let me tell you, we're getting a Jose bomb, and I promise you we're getting Quan, Jose, and I'm going to say Naylor. We're going to get a Bo Naylor bomb tonight. He only hits the ball once every 57 swings or something, but when he does hit it, it's a moonshot. So, and I think he hasn't hit the ball in about 56 and a half swings. So, it's about time for Bo Naylor to do something. So, run to your sports book and put money on the Guardians.
Am I going to do this?
I'm Shannon Sharp, or I'm Charles Barkley. Guarantee.
Oh, don't make me do it. It's
A Guardians W tonight. No, don't go put money on it, dude. You don't believe me, dude? Saccone, 1-3, 4.26 ERA going against Robbie Ray, the robot, 8.1, 2.5 ERA. Doesn't look good, but it is good.
It's 1-0 Florida.
1-0 Florida. Let's fucking not go. Who scored?
I don't know. I just
Reinhardt.
I just opened the Action Network to take a look at what the price.
All right, 1-0 Florida. Reinhardt. Let's go, baby. Oilers. Let's fucking do something, baby. They had 12 shots on goal in the third period last game. Not gonna cut it.
No, sir.
All right, let's go to the other trade. So we just talked about one.
Yes.
Desmond Bane. Woo! 5 first-round picks. What in the goddamn shit are Orlando doing? What are we doing here, boys? What are we doing? Desmond Bane traded to Orlando for Concavious Caldwell-Pope. Speaking of first ballot Hall of Famers, house arrest, ankle bracelet, KCP will absolutely be in first ballot Hall of Fame. If you guys don't remember, KCP played in real NBA games on house arrest with a ankle bracelet. If you don't believe me, look it up on Google. Cole Anthony and 4 first-round protected picks, 1 first-round pick swap. So 4 unprotected, 1 swap.
Yeah.
For Desmond Bane. What do we think about this?
I will ask this in a different way. If Desmond Bane is worth 5 first-round picks, what is Giannis Antetokounmpo worth?
So our boy Bets McFly said it best today, dude. They fucked the trade market up in this one. I mean, and you're talking about a team and you're talking about a team in Memphis who they might look to move somebody like John Morant the next year or so, and obviously Orlando is the one that sent these picks, but what are they going to think they should get for John Morant?
It's
because, you just got 5 first-round picks for Desmond Bane, and you got to think that they think John Morant's worth more than that, right? I mean, you got to think he's, at least in their minds.
Is Memphis trying to pull an OKC? This is now just came to my head. Are they willing, if they, and I believe that, in the next year they move John Morant, are they just going to, suck for a couple years and just try and rebuild?
They might as well get Jaren Jackson out of there too.
Because it's Memphis is a tough place to get people to come to. Not sexy.
No. I mean, yeah, you got a home. I mean, look, very few teams will be able to do what OKC did, but yeah, I mean, maybe they
like,
tried. Maybe they're stockpiling picks. I mean,
it's a copycat league, right?
look, and this is less of a slight, no slight on Memphis here. I mean, if somebody calls me and says, "Hey, I'll give you 5 first-round picks for Desmond Bane," I'll pack his fucking bags. Okay, like I'll drive him and drop him off to you. So, of course, Memphis was taking this pick, and this trade, and even if they woke up that morning and they said, "We have no interest in." We're not going to trade anybody. We don't want to trade anybody. The phone rings. They say, "Hey, 5 first-round picks for Desmond Bane." I'm like, "Hey, Dez,
Gone.
Dez, you're going to Orlando." Click. I'm not even gonna give them a fucking chance to change their mind. It's over. You're going to Orlando. So of course they're saying no. It's Orlando that is like, what in the fuck are we doing here, right? I mean, obviously, they've got Paolo, they've got Franz Wagner, but is Desmond Bane, who I saw after they made the trade, they said, it was the GM or somebody on Orlando was like, if you were able to build a player, this is who you build. Okay, no, it's not. No. Kevin Durant is who you build, okay? You don't build Desmond Bane.
So let's list off teams in the East. Let's figure out who Orlando is better with Bane. Cleveland, no. Boston, no. The Pacers, no. The Knicks, no. That's your top 4. Milwaukee was 5 in the playoffs. There, it depends on what happens with them, but they still got pieces.
I don't know if they're better than fucking. I don't know. Depending on what Memphis does with that pick, the 16th pick this year, they still might not be better than Memphis, the team they just traded with. Ja Morant, Triple J, and
That's
fucking.
true.
And you go get the 16th pick, right? And I mean, and KCP, Cole Anthony, they're not fucking right. They're not big needle movers, but depending who you get, I'm still not convinced they're better than the goddamn Memphis Grizzlies. So I just don't understand what this is. And back to your point, without either of these teams involved, what are guys like Giannis supposed to go for now, or like guys like Jokic if Jokic decides to get out of Denver, like. What in the fuck what are these guys going to get traded for? 5 first-round picks? I mean, we just saw 5 first-round picks for New York. McCall Bridges saw 5 first-round picks. And what'd they do? Not, So I don't know. This is insane. I saw this and I'm like, no way. Like the trade was whatever, but when I saw the return, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And Orlando's, like, if the wheels fall off in Orlando, oh God, they could be bad for a long time. And they were bad for a long time. Now they're at least a perennial 6 to 9 seed.
So, who the fuck is this guy? Weltman? Oh, Magic President says, we are very thrilled to welcome Desmond to the Orlando Magic family. Over his 5 years in the NBA, Desmond has distinguished himself as one of the elite guards in our league, and we look forward to his shooting, IQ, wide-ranging skill set in helping our team take a step forward. Desmond's character is held in high regard across the league, and we believe he'll fit seamlessly with our existing players both on and off the court. Bane is one of 3 NBA players with 800 made three-pointers and 40% three-point shooting since entering the league in 2020. He has shot 43 on catch-and-shoot threes in the past 5 seasons and has the 3rd best rate among players with at least 1,000 attempts.
Okay, so that's wonderful. Are the Atlanta Hawks better? Or are the Magic better than the Hawks?
Yes.
Like I'm trying to figure out like a fringe team that they're. Is the Miami Heat better than saying Giannis doesn't go there? Have to say right now. Is Orlando better than Miami?
I don't think so. I think Orlando, like, I mean, look, they got Jalen Suggs too. I mean, I think healthy they might be, maybe a little better. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a weird move. When you sent me that, I was like,
2-0 Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk. It's over, boys. Oilers are going home. This is it.
It could be progressing to like that magical 3-0. Maybe I do have to trust you and put money on the Guardians. I've done stupider things.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Guardians are winning tonight. I don't.
Done. All right, you convinced me. I'm clicking.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Hold the show down for 30 seconds. Derelict Dale has been his rubber arm has been talked into betting things, so I need to go bet it.
So yeah, so let's go standings. So I would say that. So the Orlando Magic finished above Miami, Atlanta, Chicago this year without him. So the teams that finished in front of Orlando, that's who will determine if they've gotten better than anybody. So Orlando is the 7th seed this year.
Yeah.
In front of Orlando, Detroit, Milwaukee, Indiana, New York, Boston, Cleveland. I don't think they're better than any of those teams.
I would agree.
I would say Detroit's better. I would almost say I would almost tell you that I think going into next year I would rank Detroit over Milwaukee. That's just me. So I would say if there is a team in the top 6 that Orlando could pass, it would be Milwaukee, because I don't know what we're going to get with Dame, right? Dame come with the blood clots. You don't know if they're going to have Giannis. I just think there's a lot of question marks there. So I think Detroit is going this way, and I think Milwaukee is going this way. So yeah, maybe Orlando passes them, but after them you go Atlanta, like you said, Miami, like you said. You got the Bulls in there, who I don't know. Them and the Bulls are interesting. I do think they're probably better on paper than the Bulls. But Bulls are scrappy. But you got Toronto, Brooklyn, Sixers, Hornets, Washington. So I think they're probably still better than all those guys.
Yeah.
Depending on Toronto. I'm telling you, at Toronto, I think that's where Giannis is going to end up. I think there's a good chance Giannis ends up in Toronto. I think it really fits him.
There's rumblings, and living in Toronto, it is a very multicultural place. So he and Greek, I actually was in Greektown. Greektown is pretty damn cool. There's some damn good food. It makes more sense.
It makes so much sense.
It doesn't make sense, but yet it kind of makes a lot of sense.
Like when I picture him, I'm like, that. Why wouldn't he? Like he just
would look good in a red Raptors jersey.
I think he'd look good there. I think he complements the team well. I just think he fits the culture there. I really think he would. That's my dark horse. Now, I think, I don't know. It's a few other teams that he could go to, but I do think they're like, depending on what OKC does here. I mean, I don't know if OKC is going to go make some big. But that's a team that I think they could go win a championship and then just shake things up for all they want. Or there's a few teams that could really, who are sitting in a nice spot that could flip some shit around. But regardless, yeah, Orlando, this trade, it's a big overpay for Orlando, for them to really not really move them too much in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you're right. We've rattled it off, and we think they're better than one team.
I totally forgot. Yeah, and I forgot Memphis was in the West for some reason. But I could make more of an argument that Memphis will get a top 6 spot next year in a fucking loaded West than I can, and not have to play in the play-in round, is what I'm trying to say, than Orlando. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's a big move to happen while the finals are still going on. So we've kind of got to. I think I saw today did the Pacers make a trade today or something? Like somebody made a trade like while they were in the finals, I think is what they said.
That's because like they were. It's next Wednesday is like the NBA draft.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's like if Game 7 will be Saturday or Sunday, and then the NBA draft's like Wednesday. Cool.
Yeah, I actually like that. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Maybe Dallas will make a crazy move and not take Cooper's flag. Okay, Nick, we need to have a quick Cooper flag conversation. I am fucking.
Hold on.
Yes. Sammy Sosa doing things.
4-1. Cincinnati's up 4-1. Cardinals are up 6-1.
Nice.
I just see a lot of green right now. Sorry, that was my Sammy Sosa.
Oh, yeah.
Prize Picks. What about it?
We all like the Prize Picks.
What were we gonna say? My bad.
I fucking can't remember.
I'm sorry. I just kept cutting you off.
Oh no, we're good. No, it's yeah, well, no, it'll be
Something about basketball and Desmond Bane and maybe.
Oh yeah. Oh, my Cooper Flag. Am I a bad
Cooper
person?
Flag. Yes, you're terrified.
Am-
I thought you said terrified.
I'm terrified that everybody thinks he's going to be good, and I'm scared he's going to flop. Then I might be planting a flag in this. This could be my Bo Nix of the NBA.
What makes you say that?
There hasn't been. We'll start with the Duke. They haven't really had the greatest luck as being NBA. Like Elton Brand, like top players, like Elton Brand had an okay, decent enough career.
We got Kyrie and Kyrie.
I can't remember what Kyrie's.
Kyrie's Duke, I'm pretty sure.
But it's I just don't know. Like there's something about him that I don't like. Maybe it's because we played at Duke, and I have a special hatred for that.
So right now, let's look current Duke NBA players.
You stay safe, front office. And,
Got to consider the batter boys. Keep your head up. Yeah, bro, you're like an annual guest now. Been gone for 6 months, dude. Fuck the battery.
Yeah, fuck the battery.
Love you. All right,
Miss you.
so let me list off some players for you here. See if this changes your mind.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll start I'm going to give you not go super big right off the bat. But we got Brandon Ingram.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yep, good career.
RJ Barrett.
I forgot RJ Barrett. A little disappointing, but in every is definitely worthy of a rotation spot. I think a little overrated Canadian boner here, but didn't live up to the expectation, but is good enough to be in the NBA.
We got Grayson Allen.
Fucking that dipshit. Fuck that. He would be the Brad Marchand of basketball because that
He's not as good at basketball as Marchand is at hockey.
Exactly. Again, perfect in the playoffs. Perfect guy to be in the rotation, but didn't quite live up to the hype.
We have Zion Williamson.
That one is not panned out, but there's still somebody that's going to believe in him.
He's 24 still.
He's 24.
He's 24 years old. He was born July 6th, 2000.
Wow. I thought he was.
So he's about to be 25 in less than a month, but still.
I definitely. It isn't looking good, but there's still some really.
It's
good
crazy that you still got that much time.
Wow. Yeah, but definitely has not lived up to the expectation.
We got Paolo.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
Okay, that's worked out good. I'll give you that.
Kyrie.
I didn't think Kyrie was a Duke guy. I totally must have missed that. But yes,
And that's really it. So then you got Marvin Bagley, Jalen Johnson, Wendell Carter, Luke Kennard, Cam Reddish, Tyus Jones, Seth Curry, Derek Lively, Mason Plumlee, Gary Trent Jr. So a lot of other guys. But yeah, so the big ones would be Brandon Ingram, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Zion, Paolo.
Yeah, and then
RJ Barrett, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, well, that's
I think you're still kind of right there. They're not huge.
There hasn't been Zion was the slam dunk of all of that group, and it has not worked out. I don't know. I just think that
Fuck the Kentucky Reds, dude. 5-4 out of nowhere.
Really?
Minnesota's up 5-4 out of nowhere.
Fuck me. God
How the
damn
fuck
you,
does that
Twins.
happen?
By the way, the Rockies have put up a 10 spot tonight. Look at them go.
Look at the fucking Rockies go, dude. You have to wear their jersey for you just have to wear it. 365 days a year. Every day they win.
Oh God, it's
10 to
ridiculous.
2. Look at them right now. What were we just looking at?
The Twins,
Twins,
put
yeah.
up a 4 spot. What the fuck? Fucking Scott Barlow blowing up for the Reds. That sounds about right. So, hell, that happens. Baseball. It is what it is. You know, this is the guy that bet an over in Yankee Stadium at 8.5, and it was a 1-0 game in 11 innings.
Oh, fucking Harrison Bader with a 3-run home run, dude.
What a greasy fuck that guy
What
is.
a piece of shit.
But he somehow just hits 8th and plays above average defense and somehow manages to stay on rosters because. And then Harrison Bader has his 2 weeks where he's like God mode and like, oh yeah, this
Dude,
is
people
why
in St.
roster.
Louis were so sad when we got rid of him, and I'm just like, why?
It's like
Who cares?
Who would you rather?
That's the
have?
problem with what?
Who would you rather have, Jim Edmonds or Harrison Bader?
Well, obviously Jim Edmonds. Talking about like playing.
Yes.
Well, Jim Edmonds was a great baseball player, so I would get.
Yes.
Jim Edmonds was probably 10 times the hitter Harrison Bader was.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably wasn't the best.
This is talking about a guy it would have 25 by the break.
And play amazing center field.
So, okay, I want to ask you about that since we're really kind of out of shit for the day. We've kind of flew through everything. By the way, Josh Naylor's 2 for 3, just makes me sick. But anyway, and he's batting. I read this the other day. So I was reading through the comments, but that the Jim Edmonds catch there was a big catch somebody made not too long ago, like a week ago, and somebody was like, "Oh, this is probably the best catch we've seen in center field since," and it was the Jim Edmonds, the Angels catch, the original one. Somebody was saying somebody commented the most overrated catch in MLB history, and then all of the comments were basically like, the only reason Jim Edmonds was ever making those plays is because he took the worst route to the baseball. He was such a bad center fielder as far as like technique, and like 90% of the plays that he's diving on, a normal center fielder would have been back there and gotten underneath it. So they think a lot of it was like, sure, he ended up making the play, which is incredible, and I think you have to give him credit for that. At least he doesn't. I don't care if he ran 600 feet in the wrong direction. If he turned around and still got back in time to lay out, maybe he made it a little harder. But they were like, this guy was the ultimate shit center fielder who just never took the right route to the baseball. That's why he was diving all the time. What do you think about that?
Have I ever told you about my Derek Jeter about the same idea?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got time. Derek Jeter might be the most overrated defensive shortstop of all time because Derek Jeter was not very good, and Derek Jeter, the balls he could get to the balls that he could get to and do his little fucking hop, but he had no fucking range. There was something. I think I still have it on my phone. Marco Scutero, there's a name for you.
There he is. I think he was a Cardinal for a second.
He was a Cardinal for a second. He played with the Giants, played with the Jays. I think I see. I can't remember
Marco
off the top of my
Scutero, you sick bastard.
You know what? When the Jays run, me and Nelson would be watching baseball games and be like, Marco Scutero.
Dude, the ultimate ball player.
It was something can't remember off the top of my head, but it's somewhere between 30 to 40 more defensive runs saved than Derek Jeter. The argument being he had more range so he could get to more balls, and yes, he committed more errors, but he was saving more runs because he was getting the balls that Derek Jeter in his tiny little range. But all we remember is Derek Jeter diving into the stands and breaking his face.
Well, I mean, I've always said he is the most overrated baseball player in the history of the game. Like I think he should be a Hall of Famer. I think he should, I think there are very few cool. By the way, Tanner, are you going to fucking read what? Like you said, read this. Read the shit. This is my glory. Read what? Maybe you sent it to me in Discord, but And there are very few moments that were cooler than 3,000 being a jack. Especially being like a guy that wasn't really known for power. Right, he goes there and just cranks one into like the second deck of Yankee Stadium. That was cool. But like, yeah, I mean. And he fucked everybody, right? I mean, he's a who's who. I mean, he's like, he's he's the all American guy. But like, yeah, if he was, if Jared Jeter was the goddamn, shortstop for the fucking Expos or like, the Twins or something like that, like it would have, nobody gave a fuck about him. So,
Correct.
But yeah, the Jim. What do you think about the Jim Edmonds thing though? I mean, like you're talking about a guy who. He did have range. You're talking about a guy that maybe took the worst routes. I don't know this, so I'm asking you.
Yeah.
But but to make up for it, might have the most range you've ever seen.
It's I'd have to like look into some defensive metrics. It kind of it makes sense in theory that he could have been taking bad routes, which made him make more crazy catches. But also, if he's good enough to take bad routes and make those catches, you kind of just like as a coach go, oh fuck, Jim, good job, thank you for catching that. But could we just like not take 2 steps in every fucking time and then be like, oh fuck, it's over my head? Yeah, I'd have to look into it, but it kind of makes sense. But I wouldn't. I'd have to look into it a little more. So
hell yeah. Tanner says Prize Picks made me an MLB ambassador. What does that mean?
Does that mean he's gonna like become? Is he gonna hand out bats? Is he gonna be like one of those dogs?
Teach us the ways, dude. We want to be sponsored.
Is he gonna
give us all your sponsorship money, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go out and get the guests that you want.
Exactly. Well, we'll find John Rocker or somebody like that for you.
Yeah, we'll get John Rocker on the show, dude. Speaking of,
that was a fucking random.
That's so funny, dude.
They pulled out Marco Scutero and then pull out John Rocker out of nowhere. Great.
Jeter's a leader, dude. Fuck Derek Jeter.
Oh God, I wish that you knew Nelson, because Nelson loves to go on a rant about how leadership is so overrated in sports.
Yeah, it is. I get free lineups. Okay, so like just all the time free lineups, or you just get what, like a free lineup a week, a day?
Okay, so you're betting a whole bunch of stuff, so they're giving you
they're saying thanks for donating all the time. But that's sick though, for real. Shout out to you. Good shit. Let's fucking go, dude. Tell everybody about Derelict Sports and your ambassador meetings.
No, that's good. What else is there? Riders are 2-0. Congratulations.
Riders are 2-0. Yeah.
Playing your Toronto Argonauts this week, who are 0-2.
You don't talk. You watch your mouth. I wonder if John Rocker's going to fight in Iran.
Oh, right. John Rocker was supposed to be fighting
Pat Mahomes Sr. Yeah, the family stepped in and didn't. Yeah, but Pat Mahomes. But John Rocker is fighting inner demons. That's the real fight here. You follow him on Instagram or Twitter. I follow him on Twitter just because it's a train wreck and I have to watch it. But yeah, I don't know. No, that's not why, cocksucker. I'm just, dude. Watch your fucking mouth, bro. It's because he's half cocked right now, dude.
Yeah.
He's half in the bag, dude.
Do you think he
guys
has,
the guy's just sitting at home he's just whiskey dicking MLB lineups.
Look at this.
It's because I'm active on their shows for over a year, raising my hand and speaking all the time. Well, wish you were so active here. I'm up 1,200 this year. Why don't you come on this show? Give everybody your expertise. We're the best show in the world.
That's what Peppers or Peppers.
I have Asperger's. Okay, dude. I don't need to hear who was just saying that they couldn't be charged. They had Asperger's. Oh, Brian Koberger, the guy that killed all those Iowa students. He's trying to claim he can't have the death penalty because he's autistic. So don't do that. Your Asperger's doesn't mean anything.
Really?
My old boss had Asperger's. He was a dick.
That's what lawyers are trying. They're trying to.
Yeah. Well, you
pull that
can't. You can't put this. You can't. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you technically can't put somebody to death for being who's mentally ill. But
No, no.
everybody.
But
Yeah.
that's their way to try and
Yeah.
save a life. Yeah.
Tanner doesn't have Asperger's, dude. It's just alcoholism.
Tanner's high on life. So
We love Tanner here, though. Big fan of Tanner. He's a cute guy, and he's probably he's one of the only people in the collab lab that I can tell my sick jokes to. He's a sick motherfucker, dude. All right. Well, what else is going? Is there anything else? We got about 10 minutes. Maybe we can wrap it up now. But is there anything that is going on? Is there anything that we haven't talked about? I feel like. Is there anything that's happened in the last few days? People in the chat, if you guys are out there, is there anything that's been happening in the last few days? Halliburton's got the calf strain, so that might be the end of that. I don't know. He missed his last 5 shots in what was yesterday, Game 5.
Yes, yeah, Game 5, yeah.
So he missed his last 5 shots in Game 4. And then he didn't score a bucket last night. He didn't score a single bucket last night. He did, I think, hit a couple free throws. He had 4 points or something. But
Aaron Rodgers whining about him not having his helmet is fucking hilarious.
I didn't even see that.
No, he's because he has the Schick helmet, and it's finally been they're not letting him wear it, and he's being Aaron Rodgers is all I need to say about that.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Oh, yeah, so the Pacers, they traded the 26th pick to the Pelicans today. Or the 23rd pick. That's what they did today.
Very nice.
We had Ben Askren shot. Hopefully we got some somewhat good news on Ben Askren. If everybody hasn't heard that, Ben Askren, MMA wrestler, he got super bad staph infection and stuff, and it shut down his body basically. Thought he was going to die. Everybody put out the things. Well, he is still on the ventilator. His wife came out today and said it's still on the ventilator, but they're able to bring it down enough to where he can open his eyes and squeeze hands and stuff like that. So that's good. He is probably going to need a lung transplant. They say his lung is probably done for, but he should be able to get one. So that's good. Good news there. And we had what do you think Nick Castellanos said? I want to ask you this too. What do you think he said that was so bad they got him benched?
Did he
had to be something racist?
It's either racist or homophobic.
Yeah, I mean he's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I also picked him for my lineup yesterday on the Real app, and I would forget that he also doesn't do anything in between home runs. So
yeah, that is definitely factual. Just looking through anything else. I want to save the CFL question, the rules question for front office because I want his organic opinion. No, it's been a good show. We banged through her. It was good.
We banged a lot. So he says, before we get out of here, Thompson, the manager, Rob Thompson, says, one of the many things I love about Nick is he's very emotional. They're talking about me. He loves to play. Let's play every inning of every game. I just thought last night he made an inappropriate comment after he came out. So today he's not going to play. Just going to leave it at that. He had played 236 consecutive games.
Damn, that's not in this day and age. That's not bad.
So that comes to an end because he's a homophobe. But it's okay. I'm actually surprised he's not hitting straight dingers the way that Iran is getting nuked, or that Israel and Iran are fighting right now. That's usually what he does. He waits for something big to happen and then just starts cranking
them out. So it's a good show. If you guys do if you like darts, find the PDC on YouTube. Find the World Darts Champ or the final. It is worth 15 minutes of your time.
Yeah, go watch the recap of the World Cup this weekend. It was super sick. By the way, Cincinnati back up 6-5.
There we go. It was never just.
I wonder who it was. Let's see. 2-run double by Friedel. Was it Tyler Friedel?
Yep. It's in all the games. And then so we'll be on for Thursday night for the NBA Game 6.
Yes, sir. Thursday night, we'll be back here, 7 p.m. You already know, X, YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that follow button. Hit the bell so you get notified. If you guys are on YouTube right now, please, guys, please hit that follow button. And Tanner, I hope you didn't leave, dude. I'm just playing. I love you to death.
We love you.
You can't handle the heat. Stay out of the kitchen, dude. I'm that ignorant to only people that I love. So stop it. But anyway, make sure you guys hit that follow button, man. If you're really on it, if you're on YouTube, man, please hit that like button. It really helps out the stream. Make sure you guys get your comments and stuff in, man. If you guys got questions, make sure you guys hop in the chat when we're live, man. We really love to answer your guys' questions. We'll bring them up on the thing, up on the screen. We'll answer them. We'll discuss them, stuff like that. So please throw comments in there going forward. If you're on X, man, give us a follow, share the stream. We're always talking shit on X, so probably where we're most active there on Instagram. So make sure you guys give us a follow there. Scan that QR code. Follow us everywhere. If you guys are on the Action Network, man, make sure you guys follow us on Action Network. Daily Derelict. We got 4 bets going today, all green so far. We'll see if the Cleveland Guardians, they will beat the San Francisco Giants here later on. That game's actually starting in about 19 minutes from now. So,
I'm gonna put out a video pretty much every morning.
Yeah. And if you're following us on Instagram and Twitter, man, we're getting Dale's back on the Daily Derelict Play of the Days. So he's obviously it's one of the bets that's going to be on our action page. So if you follow us on Action, you'll get all the 3 to 5 or however many bets. They're all free, but he's picking his favorite one. He's giving you a little bit of thought process. We're putting out a video every single day, so we're back to doing that. So be on the lookout for those, man. Scan that QR code. Everything's up in that QR code, man. Follow us there. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us everywhere, dude. Just tell your mama about us, dude. Get us everybody to follow us. Love you too, big dog. But yeah, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching Derelict Sports. We really appreciate you guys. Hopefully the front office will be back on Thursday. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching Derelict Sports. I gotta put my hands down and hit the outro.
Trucking intellect, got change in my pocket, $1.50 at best. Let it go, let it die, let them know how you tried. Show me at the bottom with the morning sun. I'm a mess, I'm a wreck, I'm a trucking